So, are you
Okay.
single? By the way.
Yeah, I'm single.
All right. So, what I want your take on single versus taken. Like, do you have a preference? Like, which lifestyle do you prefer?
Um, are you asking me like in the moment I am right now, do
Hmm.
I want to be dating or do I want to stay single?
Like, you've been in relationships before, right?
No.
So you've never been. You never. No, you can't. Yeah, you've been in a relationship.
Um, no, I haven't.
Real okay.
I haven't had an official boyfriend ever.
Really? So you don't really have. Okay, so that's interesting. Hold on. So what? Why is that? Why is that? How old are you, if I may ask?
I'm 24.
So why is that, if I may ask? Like, do you think?
Um, if I'm being completely honest, when I first started dating, like, are we going back to high school? Because I don't count any of that. Let's say when I started college and I started talking to guys and stuff,
Mhm.
um, it was, I feel like everyone I have talked to wasn't really serious, or it would be like this extended talking stage and then it just kind of falls off. And I'm not going to say that I haven't talked to guys who were like serious, but it hasn't been that many. And those guys I mean, we just didn't click.
Right.
So, not
So
that we didn't click, but for me, if I'm getting into a relationship, I want it to be like, I don't want to go into anything with any doubts. So if I do have any doubts, then I'm just like, I don't think it's going to work out. So, yeah.
okay. So would you say you like have issues with trusting people?
Um, I don't think I do. I actually think I'm very trusting. So, I don't even know if that's a good thing to be like to trust people so easily, but I feel like I do require like a lot of attention and a lot of affection. So I think that is something that does kind of push people away. So
No, standards are
yeah.
good. Standards are always good. Um, so that kind of answers the question, and that's interesting because that's no, that's dope though. What are your thoughts on marriage then? Like, what are your thoughts on like being married? Do you ever like see marriage along, uh, I guess, in the grand scheme of things?
My future,
Hmm.
of course, but I'm not in a rush, especially not right now.
No, for sure.
Um, You know, like when we were younger, I used to say like I'm going to have start my career by 25 and I'll be married by 28 and I'll have kids before I'm 30.
Right.
And at this point in life, I'm just like, you know, I don't put times or anything. So if my husband comes along, then that's cool. But
That's
honestly,
good. So you're just going with the flow, pretty much.
yeah. But even if like I did meet somebody like tomorrow and it was like super perfect, I don't think I would want to be married at this age, to be honest.
For sure,
Like
for
maybe
sure.
around 28, 29.
Mm-hmm.
But not right now. I mean, eventually, but not right now.
I feel you. I feel you. Um, would you ever propose to a man?
No.
No, not at all.
But how do you feel about that though?
What would you mean?
How do you feel about one, women proposing, and two, women being like, because a lot of women advocate for equal rights and all of these things. And I've seen a lot of guys argue like, if y'all want equal rights, then maybe y'all should hold doors for people and pay for first dates and ask for first dates and propose. So like, I want to know what your perception is as a man.
I think that um I think for it to be, I feel like everybody's pushing, not everybody, let me say there's an equality, there's something, everyone's pushing equality,
Yeah.
or specific groups are pushing equality, or this concept that is veiled under the perception of equality.
Mm-hmm.
And what actual equality is things like you're saying, breaking gender norms, or being able to, hold doors, pay for meals,
Yeah.
like completely ridding ourselves of the actual concept of, okay, men do this, women do this. That's what equality is.
Yeah.
Me, I don't stand on either side. I just kind of stand in the middle because I can see both sides of it. You know what I mean? So
I
I
agree.
just want everybody to be on the same page when they're going about, that fighting for that cause, because it's everybody's kind of everywhere with that. So it's kind of weird to keep up with in 2020 for real, because it kind of skews everything. Dating, it makes everything kind of.
Yeah. My thing is like, I feel like some people are just way too adamant about it, because if a girl refuses to propose to somebody and that makes the guy feel some type of way, like I don't really think that's one of those things that, like, I don't think that's a hill you should die on, because it's not that deep. Just go find somebody who's willing to propose for you if that's what you really want. Like,
Right.
why do we have to go back and forth?
Yeah, no, I don't feel like, yeah, I'm not a guy that would, me personally, I wouldn't I wouldn't take too kindly to being proposed to, I'll say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's is everybody. I mean, it's something. Everything is what it is. Like I said, I just got done smoking. It's pretty. This. You hit me with a question I wasn't even ready for. I was like, oh shit, I had to put it together. But yeah, that's dope. That's dope for real. So you saying no, not at all. Like
No,
I'm not.
no.
That's, I
I
got
won't be participating in that one.
you. Give me your thoughts on the concept of breaks. Give me your thoughts on the concept of breaks in relationships. I know you may not have like personally experienced a break,
Hmm.
but the idea of taking a break in a relationship, what is your take on that?
I feel like I'm very open-minded.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand, like, a lot of people say, if you want to take a break, just break up altogether. And then some people say, like, if you want to take a break, it's probably because you want to go out and do some stuff that you know you shouldn't be doing while
Or
in a
turn up.
relationship.
Yeah.
So honestly, like, because I've been in situations where I'm just talking to somebody or we are dating exclusively. And sometimes I feel like I do want to just step away and kind of see how I am without that person and just kind of gather myself together.
Right, right. That's
So
important.
I feel like if you want to take a break for a good reason and you can like verbalize that reasoning, then cool. But if you're just like tired of arguing with the person, or you just feel like you want to go experience some other things with some other people, then just break up altogether.
Right.
And breaking up doesn't mean that y'all can't get back together eventually. So it's just like, why do you want to take a break? I think that's what it really boils down to.
I think for a lot of people, yeah, I agree with you. I think for a lot of people, uh, break is end all be all, or break up is end all be all. You know what I mean?
Mm,
And like it ends all possibilities for reconciliation. But a lot of times that isn't the case, and everybody just ends up jumping the gun. But that's interesting.
yeah.
I do agree with that. All right, so I have one for you. When you do enter a relationship, are you
Mm,
familiar with love languages? There's
yeah.
there's five. All right. So when you do enter a relationship, the first relationship you end up entering, what will be one love language that you desire, which means that you really want, and one love language that you'll require, which means something that you'll demand, non-negotiable.
Um, I was actually just thinking about this the other day. I was talking to my sister about it
Hmm.
because my first time taking like the love language test thing. Um, I think my number one love language was physical touch. And that was definitely true. Definitely true.
Okay.
But
Yeah, have
like
one.
as I've grown and I've been like talking and dating other people, I've noticed that that's not enough. And I've noticed like cause I'm the type of person to like vocalize when I have an issue with something, like not an issue, but if I can see it becoming a problem in the future, then I want to just say it like right now so you can fix it and it won't be an issue in the future. So I've noticed like words of affirmation is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
So you can do all of this touchy stuff, and if you're not telling me like you appreciate me, and this is with friendships too, like if you're not vocalizing those things to me, then I really feel like you don't care. Even if that's not the case, like I really need to hear
it.
how you feel about me, how much you care about me, how much you appreciate me. So words of affirmation is not, I can't go without that.
Gotcha.
Physical touch is definitely not as important to me anymore.
So something that
But
you
it's
would
definitely,
want.
I would say the physical touch is number two.
Got you. Okay. I like that. So rank these in order of importance. Okay.
Okay.
Entering when looking for someone. Not saying that you are looking, but when that time comes.
Okay.
Rank these in order of importance. Sense of humor, communication skills, good hygiene, sexual compatibility, and financial stability.
Oh, okay. Wait, okay, hold on. Hold on.
Got
I
you.
need you to read those off again and I have to write them down so I can stare at them.
I got you. In order of importance. Sense of humor, communication skills, good hygiene, sexual compatibility, and financial stability.
Okay. In order.
Yep.
Um okay. This is not easy. Communication has to be number one.
Mm-hmm.
Because without communication, everything else falls apart. I feel like that's the foundation. So that's number one. Let me delete that off the list. That's number one.
Got you.
Number two, good hygiene. I mean,
I'm with
good
you.
hygiene. Good hygiene. That's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't. Good hygiene is number 2.
Facts. You are funny.
I think number 3 is going to be let me say this. Number 5, I think number 5 is sexual compatibility.
Really?
That's number 5.
All right.
Let me tell you why.
All right, please.
Because if we go back to number 1, it's communication. And a lot of things are skills, a lot of things can be taught. So with that I feel like that can be fixed. The sex thing that can be fixed with a little bit of talking and listening. If you don't want to listen, then it becomes a real problem. So I'm gonna put that at number 5.
Got you.
And then number 3, I'm gonna say humor, honestly.
Okay,
because
yeah.
I don't want a boring relationship.
Right.
And then I'm very goofy actually. And I'm very like, I say a lot of sarcastic things that I don't really mean. I say things trying to be funny, and if you take offense to it, then it's like an argument. So I think number 4 is going to be humor. Number 3. And then number 4 is financial stability. Oh, wait a minute. You said financial stability.
Like somebody that got it together. Somebody that got the bag already. Like they already got the shit rocking.
Oh, okay.
Like there's building until they got it, and then there's coming into it with it. All right, he already got it going.
Okay. Yeah. In this moment, financial stability can be number 4 But if you don't have a plan, then that's an issue.
Got you.
Like, that's an issue.
Got you.
That's my list. I'll stick to that.
I fuck with that. That's super, super similar to my list. It probably just like just like one thing flipped.
What's yours?
Probably just like communication, hygiene, humor, sexual compatibility, financial stability. That's probably where it is.
Those two a switch for you?
Yeah. But that's dope. that's funny. That is super funny though. That those are really interchangeable for me too. The last two, but
yeah.
So just flashing back to breaks, just to get it clear, because I think I missed that a little bit. So you think breaks are more detrimental to like fixing a relationship than beneficial? Like you think in more instances it messes it up rather than fixes something?
So I feel like if y'all are in a relationship and it's rocky, and then somebody says, let's take a break, then I feel like it can be very beneficial because it's probably what y'all need, a little self-reflection. But if the relationship is like super stable and one person is like good and the other person is like, and that's the person who initiates a break, then I feel like the person who thought everything was good isn't going to want to come back to it.
Right.
I really feel like it's definitely individually based. I feel like it can be both.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that. Do you? So I got a question for you. That's age old. It's an age old question, I guess. So how much stock do you put into the phrase "happy wife, happy life"?
I don't think that's fair to guys.
Okay.
I don't think that's not fair. Your husband should be happy too. Like,
okay.
I feel like you should cater to your wife, but you should cater to your husband just as much. And that's really how both people can be happy. So, because if the wife is happy and the husband not, then they're not going to be husband and wife no more. So
that seems simple to me, right? That
mean,
seems like simple. Yeah, I'm with you. But yeah, I feel like
just try to find something we disagree about.
For real.
So we can argue.
For real, like I'm looking through these. Like I got some of these questions. I'm just like freestyling, and some I got written down. So I'm trying to find something that's like, all right.
Yeah.
Let me throw it off her game real quick, but nah.
I think I'm too quick to say it's not going to work because I'm looking for something perfect. I really don't know.
So what would be your definition of perfect? Well, if perfect walked in the door, what would perfect look like to you?
Tall.
What is tall though? Give me the tall. Give me the height.
6'2".
Okay.
And that's very reasonable. Let me tell you why. I'm 5'11".
No, you don't have to. No. You listen. You don't have to reason with me. You don't have to reason with guys that's that height. You know, you ain't got to reason with. I understand it. So go ahead. So the height. What else? What other attributes would you see?
I mean, I can list physical attributes all day, but I'm not gonna go there because we all have our types.
Right. All right, so
we all have our types.
Give me some spiritual things then. What would they be into? What would it look like? Perfect.
I really just want someone who's like emotionally intelligent and can communicate well. They have a good outlook on their future. It doesn't have to be like written in stone or they have an exact outline of what they plan to do. But as long as you have like a general idea of where you want to be,
right,
like cool. Yeah. And then like someone who can handle conflict well. I don't know. This has always been
That's a
this
big
has
one.
always been a hard question for me. Because I just
Someone
feel
that can
like
handle
I don't want
conflict
to be
well.
that person who says like if we just click or we just vibe good or whatever. But
Mm.
I don't know. I don't really have like a list of yes and no. But then I know I'm contradicting myself because earlier I said if it's not perfect, then it's not gonna work. But when I say that, it's like when I see one thing that I don't like, I'm just like,
It makes you worry a little bit. I feel you.
yeah.
I feel you. Interesting. I'm with it. I'm with it. I think I got one more. We're killing this shit, by the way. I don't know if you know, but we killing this. We killing this shit right now. I don't even know how long we've been doing this, but I feel like we're like knocking this shit out the park. All right, so one last question I got for you. I be on Twitter, right?
I be on Twitter.
I be on Twitter. I just be like,
Yeah.
And as of late, I've seen that. So as of late, I've seen that the word female has been deemed a derogatory term.
Wow, I was just talking about this like 2 days ago.
Perfect. This is perfect. Give me your thoughts on that. Can you give me some insight as to when that happened or why that was?
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to somebody about this 2 days ago, and because he uses the term female a lot, and I was like, I think I asked him, I was like, that's an offensive term to some people. He was like, huh? And he was like he was genuinely confused.
Right.
And I was like, yeah. And then he asked me like, how is that offensive and what's the problem with it? Like, are you not a female? And I was like, I don't know. Because honestly, I literally cannot sit here. I literally cannot sit here and explain to you why it's offensive. Because I just feel like it's not my argument to have because I'm not going to say I don't agree, but if somebody calls me a female, I'm not taken aback at all because, I identify as a female, so I don't see the issue. But I do understand when people say it's used in derogatory ways.
That's honest.
Honestly,
That's honest. That's honest.
I think the first time I saw that argument on Twitter was like maybe like 2015, 2016.
Oh, really?
And I feel like that was around the time when a lot of people started identifying themselves as feminists and all of this great stuff. But honestly, I feel like it's another one of those arguments. It's like, is this the hill we want to die on?
Right.
I don't know. I would understand if you didn't identify as a female and you're being called a female, like, okay, I get it. But for me,
I'm with,
yeah.
We didn't.
I don't think
we disagree. I don't think we disagree. What did we? I'm gonna run this back and see if there's any disagreements. I'm gonna try to pull one. I don't think there was one. Yo, this was great. Yo, I appreciate you for taking the time out to like kick it with me. We honestly need to have more conversations because like this was nice. This was our very first conversation ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I feel like this was a dope way to kick it off. So I'm gonna do my part. I'm gonna hit you up and I'm gonna let you know when this video is done. I'm gonna send it your way. And I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking out the time. And it was a pleasure. No, for real. I'm gonna hit you up though.
Okay.
All right, for sure. Thank you.
Bye.
See you.